It all started on a chilly January morning with a GPS in hand and a goal in mind. Through the pouring rain and flashes of lightning, they pushed forward, determined not to quit. On the final day, standing atop a snowy hill, they found their last cache and felt the weight of accomplishment. Back home, the coin took its place, a reminder of every challenge and every victory.
Oh man, that's a pretty sweet looking coin there, Gary. And Gary, you're muted, my friend.
Yeah. You're still muted. There we go.
Gary's not.
There we go. Now we can hear you. All right.
All right. Cool. So the coin is out, and I want to show it to everybody, and then we have a special announcement we're going to do in a moment. But first, real quickly, I'm going to show you this coin. It's amazing. Oh, different sides. Let me do this is the Geocaching 365 challenge coin. And in case you're wondering, and it's very pretty. Ooh,
That's like stained glass, right?
like that, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Let me get the nice part to it. Hang on, let me get the back of it. There we go. That's a little better. There we go. Look at that. That's such an amazing coin. Yeah, it's stained glass, so it's got the stained glass look to it. And it is unbelievable. So it's got the 4 seasons. As you can tell, you got spring with the flower. You got the sailboat for summer. Then you got the fall, you got the leaves, and then winter, you got the one down at the bottom, the little winter look to it. So incredible coin, just a beautiful thing. It's chunky, it's great, it's a big coin, it's trackable, and of course on the back side you got the Geocache Talk network. So available for purchase. And one of the things that we really wanted to look at, and this is something, this is another coin designed by Dawn Treadway. So she's now sort of world renowned. She's done the Lego butterfly coin. The stained glass effect's amazing. And of course she did the stained glass coin for also for our St. Jude giveaway. So she also did it's still available, the Cache Odyssey coin. I mean, that's an amazing coin right there. So she's been doing some incredible work getting these coins made, and they're just stunning. I mean, if you go out and look at what was available for 365, it was lame. There's really not a nice 365 coin. Now there is. So that's just really exciting. And so there you go. We'll talk more about it in the future, but we have a special guest tonight. So thankful that Nick was able to be available to pop in. And Nick, thank you so much for being with us tonight for a little bit.
Happy to be here. Absolutely.
And wow, it's finally here. Tomorrow it'll be available for everyone at it's at
10
what time?
Pacific.
10 a.m. Pacific. Set your clock based on where you're at, and you can download it then. And amazing. I was so glad to see that. We have talked about 8.1 for a while now.
Too long. Before we get into it, we haven't told anybody what we're talking about. And there's a lot of new people here. So we may want to mention that first before we go further.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we're talking about the new Cachely feature, which is CarPlay. So it's something I promised a long time ago when I released 8.0. I said there was additional features coming as part of the Pro subscription, and the first one is CarPlay. It's been a long time coming, but tomorrow at 10 a.m. will be the release.
Oh man, this is so cool, Nick. I got to tell you, like Like, and again, thank you for being on the show to talk about this, because like when I got word, I'm like putting it out on social media, and like people are just like all kinds of comments. Like people are like, this is awesome. This is incredible. Somebody's like, this gives me a reason to buy a new car with CarPlay. I think there was actually like 2 or 3 of those comments that were out there.
Yep.
But it's like, man, people are just like so incredibly excited about this, including myself.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting. Yeah.
Well, you've been working on this for a long time, and this is one of the ones that I was most excited about, because I just imagine driving down the, especially trail, power caching, anything like that. If you're out there doing it, that's gonna, that trying to look around and do all this is just so hard. It's gonna be right on the dash. It's gonna change the way a lot of people cache. Like Gary, with all his windshield time, he's gonna be using it constantly.
Yeah, and I think there'll be a lot of people that plan their routes, because you can do what's called trips, which is basically offline lists, but in CarPlay, and you can actually do custom sorting. So you can actually order your caches in the order that you would like. And then I think there'll be a lot of people who will just have the live map on, while they'll just be driving, and caches will pop on as they, as the map moves. So I think there'll be those 2 different types of cachers.
Yeah, so Nick, I got to ask on this one.
Go ahead.
I got to ask on this one, because one of the things I love about Cachely is the FTF icon.
Yeah.
And I always got to thank you each time you're on, because it's like that has gotten me so many FTFs, especially while I'm traveling on vacation. But with CarPlay, do you see the FTF on there? So like at that point, like can I just like stop on the brakes, pull a U-turn?
That's huge. That's huge.
Boy, what a good question. I wish I had that right on the tip of my tongue, because you know what? After all this work, I'm blanking on if I added that into this.
We'll know soon, because if you're driving around and an FTF pops up, you have to pull over.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if I didn't add it in this one, I have a bunch of small little things I'm going to quickly get out in like a 8.1.1 update. So if I forgot to do the FTF, I will add it right in there.
Yeah.
Nice. And so then, I noted it down.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. And then future release, if you can put on there a little disclaimer. So if you get pulled over by speeding by the police, you can just kind of point at the display, and it's like, this is a legitimate like geocaching FTF. I mean,
that's right.
Yeah. So it's like a free. It's a get out of jail free card, right?
Oh man, that would be amazing.
Do you know how many like Muggle wives are going to hate you now? I'm just going to throw that out there, because people are going to be driving around, and not everybody's a cacher. I don't understand that either. But and somebody, the main cacher person, husband or wife, is going to be driving and start looking over there and be like, "But we're right there." Yeah, but we're in a hurry. We need to go to so and so. But there's one right there, and it's just going to be always up constantly. And you're going to be like, they're going to be like trying to cover it and like, no, it says FTF. I can't. It's gonna be interesting to see how this. I'm really interested to see how this plays out into people's styles of caching.
I am too, because I don't think there's been anything like this, other than people just putting their phone up on the dash, or maybe an iPad, which would be ridiculous. But yeah, it'll be a kind of a different experience that I don't think. I know on Android there is some Android Auto apps. I think what's that Android app that we talk about? I'm forgetting. But anyways, there's some other ones that have that feature, but I don't know how much they're used.
How's your team? You have a really good team of testers.
Yep.
Beta testers. What are their basic responses that you've gotten from them, as far as like, are they, what's their status? What's their temperature on this?
They've been loving it. They've been testing it all around the world. So I have testers in Australia, Germany, Switzerland, the United States, all over. So it's been great to have those people in different places. They found so many bugs for me that I could have never found myself. We have people that are commuting to work every day, and they're testing it like daily for me, which I'm not doing. I work from home, and so I'm not able to test it daily, other than in the simulator. And then sometimes I'll get out and drive in my car and do a lot of the hard testing. But yeah, those guys are out there testing it almost daily for me. And yeah, really good responses, and they're all excited to see, everybody else besides beta testers get it in their hands.
Yeah, looking forward to that. That's gonna be great.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear the stories. I know we're gonna hear like, this is what I did, this is what I'm doing. Because when something comes out, like you've had the beta testers, but when you release it wide, you're gonna get so much more information back.
Yeah, which from a developer standpoint, it scares me because I know there'll be the people they'll find that little bug that none of us noticed, and then they'll really loudly report it, like on Facebook or something like that. So that's the thing I always don't look forward to on release dates. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that is tough, but there's going to be so many good things that come out of it. There'll be a million good things, and there's always going to be a bug somewhere.
True. Yeah. So I will be ready, like I said, to make those quick updates and then push that out. It's going to be really quick. It's not going to be a long time before I fix those bugs.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, we look forward to the release, and we look forward. Nick, we'll figure out a Sunday, and we'll have you on, and we'll go into a deep dive into 8.1, my friends. So
absolutely, sounds great.
Thank you again. Thank you for all you do for Cachly, and thank you for your donations for Podcast to Hope, since you were one of our major donors, and it means a lot to us. We really appreciate all of our supporters. Podcast to Hope, which we just finished with. It was great. We passed over 100,000, so we're really excited. Yeah,
and wonderful.
Thanks, Nick.
Okay, we'll talk soon. Hold on, wait. Is it okay if we mention, like it's already been in the chat room? I think this is important to mention because some of us have had it for so long. If anybody wanted to go in and tip the developer, they can still do that. You've been using Cachly every day, all day. Nick won't ask for it, but we can ask for it for him. Say, hey, it's still there. You can still go tip him. You've been using it for the same $5 for 10 years. Yep. If you wanted to throw, a couple nickels his way, he probably would appreciate that for all the work he does.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. This is a good time to do the tip of the developer.
It's true. It's New Year. So,
yeah. It's right there. It's right in the app. Tip the developer.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Nick, and before you go, for people that want to update, does it just automatically update on their phone, or what do they have to do?
That's up to your settings. So if you have your App Store settings to automatically update apps, it will. If not, you'll need to go to the App Store and do your update.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
So, all right. Thank you guys.
Perfect.
Take care.
Well, appreciate
Thanks,
it, Nick.
No problem.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
All right. Well, what a good way to start off the show, man. It was awesome.
I need to go use that.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, I'm so excited. This to me is so far the biggest geocaching news of 2026 for me.
Right. And I know we don't want to talk about that tonight because we're gonna have a show coming up, but it sounds like it's kind of like the cache tour. He's got some cache tour type stuff in there where you can set up a route in there and drive through. And I mean, that's next level stuff. But we'll hold off because I know we could talk about it already for a whole hour just on the things we already know, and we haven't even seen the release yet. So.
Yes, absolutely. Looking forward to that. All right. Well, let's jump into Twig, and let's talk some Twig. So, who wants to start?
Is it Twig or this year in geocaching?
Well, we're going to get into this year. I think we're going to start with this week in geocaching, and then we'll get into this year.
Okay.
Does that sound good? So, let me do a quick update on mine. Mine's kind of definitely this week. It was this week. This week? What day is it? God, I'm in a blur. Well, the last 2 weeks. So, took a long trip all the way over to Florida, the beautiful state of Florida. And I got to let Jesse and his family know, and we got to get together and ate some great food and had a good night together. So that was fun. Got to have your mom with us, which was really cool. So that was fun. I met your dad before, but I never met your mom before. So that was really cool that I got to spend some time with her. So that was neat. And so some quick updates. We did go to my caching partner of late is, of course, Dawn. Treadway. So we made the trek over and went to the Christmas cache on Christmas.
Oh, very cool.
I figured,
That's pretty cool.
what a crazy, you know. Now this is the thing I want to warn people about. If you find a caching partner that's willing to do pretty much go anywhere at any time and doesn't care, about anything, like, hey, let's just go do it, and is that's a good thing, I think, because it was great. We had a great time. There was an event at the Christmas cache. Well, it was outside the place where you walk in. So it was really cool. Got to see some other people. We had a patron that was there with us. So that was really fun to have a patron with us, and it was neat. I hand out some goodies for all the people that were there, and then we made the trek, and it's a little bit of a trek for those who have not been there. If you're in good shape like Jesse, it's no big deal, but for some of us who have been not as careful lately about our eating, and gained a little bit back, so I got to lose some, but it was fun. Walked out. We only had really one terrain burden, was I don't know how Dawn could tell you. It was probably 18 feet long, I guess. I don't know, something like it. It was a mama gator, because we found a lot of little baby gators.
Ooh.
And Mama was very concerned about what the baby gators were up to. She was not happy when they were out goofing around. So we just were careful and walked through the area, and we didn't try to do a selfie with mama gator, so we just kind of kept on trucking. So I think what somebody called it's like, that's not that big. That's like a swamp puppy. That's no big deal. So
Swamp puppy, 18-foot long swamp puppy.
Yeah, it was a big gator, but it was busy doing its own thing, so we were good. But the trek out's fun. It's kind of long. I mean, it depends on your what your health status is, but we had Phil with us, one of our patrons, PWC and PC, and he's on right there. So we were just kind of that's how it works. Yes, you're right. Yep, it was Phil. So glad to have him with us, and we kind of helped him monitor. He has his monitor with him. He has his diabetes monitor. So we just kind of kept a good, he monitored himself, but we had some tea for him, some sweet tea to kind of keep a little sugar going for the man. So but it was fun. We had a great talk as we went out and back, and I kind of got slower and slower as we went, and they just kind of like, come on, Gary, let's go. You're being too slow. So, but great fun, and we had a good time. We so to wrap up that trip, we were able to go down to Key West, and I'm not going to talk much about Key West because I think it's overrated. It was too crowded, and I don't know. It just was sort of a weird time there. So, very cool.
Yeah,
Thanks,
for our
Nick.
audio listeners, we should call this one out. So, Casher Nick just updated on here. He said he double checked, and he did include FTF and Cashly CarPlay.
Nice.
So, man, oh my God, I don't know about you guys, and I know we're not moving on from Cashly, or we are moving on from Cashly, because we could talk about it the whole show. But I'll tell you guys, I am just so excited about that. And and Gary, I did see this comment from Phil on here. Pizza would have been better on here.
Yeah,
so
it would have.
I can't believe you didn't have pizza at the Christmas cache, but I'll forgive you.
Yeah, no pizza, man. It would have been better if you'd have been there to help us.
That would have been awesome.
Make it work. So it was a good trip. I mean, went to the Keys, got to go to a sea turtle hospital, and they did a great job of explaining all that they're doing and what Bubble Butt is. And in case you're wondering, check out what Bubble Butt is for sea turtles. But we don't have time tonight to talk about all that. So I guess that's my week in geocaching, and I'm gonna turn over to you guys for your week in geocaching.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe I should go next because with the crazy weather we had up here, mine's a little short. And for people that don't know or new listeners, I live in beautiful Western New York, which is certainly beautiful at times, but during winter, it can be a little challenging with storms. And
You didn't have 76 degrees like we did down in Florida?
oh no, we had like 76-degree winds, Gary, on that one. But yeah, we had like hurricane style winds for a few days, and then our forecast was 1 to 3 feet of snow, and it was probably somewhere within that range that we got. But yeah, unfortunately, with that kind of weather, I did not do much caching, my friends. I did make it out one day to get the Goodbye 2025 souvenir.
Cool.
So my good friend Fishing Gal had an event, and it was at a VFW nearby. And yeah, Tony, Ice Storm too. Yeah, crazy, man. But it was funny. Like Jody and I were driving to the event, and Jody says to me, she goes, "Do you think we'd be out driving in weather like this if it weren't for geocaching?" Yeah, I know.
No.
It was like, no, you're right. You're right. But yeah.
Chance.
So yeah, did the Pizza Ninja get pizza during the storm? Oh man, I had to rely on frozen pizza Dawn, which thankfully I did. But this weekend I did go to the pizza drive-through and get some pickle pizza, so that was good. And speaking of pickle pizza, guys, and events, big shout out to Going Postnet. Going Postnet down in North Carolina, he threw a National Pickle Pizza Day event, which isn't a real day. But he embraced the spirit of pickle pizza and made a National Pickle Pizza Day event. And he reached out and invited me. So again, thank you for that invite. I wish I could have been there, but with all the crazy weather we were getting up here in beautiful Western New York, I was kind of just like hunkered down for the week.
Wow. I do want to mention real quick, Brad and Jen on, and my other thing, we got to do Cache Odyssey Florida, and we'll talk about Cache Odyssey a little bit here in a minute because we're really on the 1 year anniversary of that. So, but yes, I got to hug Brad, so I'm very excited that was part of. That was a highlight of my time there. So, always good to see Brad and Jen, and Cache Odyssey Florida was great. All right, over to Jesse. Or you want to do more, John?
No, Jesse can go.
All right, so we not to talk about the year, but this is last week or so. So during the holidays, my mom came down, so we did some, 3-generation. My daughter was out there with us too, so we got to do some 3-generation caching, which is pretty cool. Got to some events. We finally, on the 30th of the year of the last month, we finally did our CCE event. So, I had a whole extra day to spare, but we got that done. We that event, I think, is going to become a monthly dinner event up here, which should be fun. We haven't done those since we moved to Florida. We did them in Colorado all the time. But then I got to go to 2 other events on the 31st. So I was just going to run by and go by a morning coffee event. And then, of course, everybody from there was going to Aceto next. So I had to go to Aceto also. I mean, you can't pass that up, right?
Right.
To get two more events in, right? 3 events in the last 3 event types in the last 2 days. So that wasn't too bad. And I've already submitted my monthly event for January. So I'm going to try to keep that CCE turned into a regular event and do a monthly event. So I've already submitted that, waiting to hear back. So, and then in the last week or so, because we were off for Christmas and stuff, we got to do a little caching, but we didn't do like any like major caching or whatever.
Right.
So let's see. The last couple weeks we've gotten my mom and I got to go hiking. So there's a park that I've been trying to clear out. There's like 200 something caches nearby me or whatever, but it's a hike. And you really can only get like 6 to 12 at a time unless you're spending all day there.
Right.
Because, you're hiking through. So we got a dozen of those. That was a lot of fun. Didn't see any boar, but all kinds of animal in the area, deer and everything else.
Right.
But then we've been kind of focusing on earth caches and virtuals towards the end of the year here and labs. And we ended the year doing them and we started the year doing them also. So I don't know how many labs we found, but we went out the other day getting some virtuals and they were good ones like war memorials and some really good virtuals to go to or whatever. And then we did some earth caches. I even got Christy to do some earth caches with me, or at least walk in the area.
Shocking.
Or stay in the car. One of those two things is true. But She's going to warm up to it, though. She's going to warm up to it. I'm working on it. I'm going to win her over.
Yeah.
Don't
Maybe.
type on that. We don't need her comments. Don't even put it in there.
I got a feeling 2026 could be the year for her. Just saying.
I think so. I think I'm getting there. But no, we got to finish off the year with the last few weeks. It did good. You know, it was kind of low speed, but really slowed down and enjoyed the caching that we got to do in the last couple of weeks. So it's a pretty good week for, you know, even though the holidays, our weather's pretty nice here, so can't complain about that. But we got to get out and do a few things anyway.
Yep. I did forget, God, you know, I'm trying to get back in the podcasting chops, but I did forget we did a lot of earth caches. I think we did 55 earth caches in Florida, which is it's a lot of drive. We did a lot of driving. But the other one I wanted to mention too, which is I think kind of rare. I don't know. Dawn didn't think it was that big of a deal, but I thought it was kind of cool. Was we stood at a spot and did a webcam, and we did several webcams. There's a bunch in Florida, by the way, in case you're wondering if you want to up your webcam game. Florida's got a lot of webcams, but you could stand in one spot, get a webcam, and not move, just do a 180, and you could almost take a photo of a virtual from that spot. So I don't know. It seems like a fairly unique spot. Maybe not, but sounds kind of unique to me, isn't it? To get a webcam and a virtual almost in the same 360 photo. I mean, that's kind of cool.
So Gary, tell me you hit an earth cache that people could do at the same location.
There's got to be. There probably is, and you know, if you could do it within a few feet, maybe you could do maybe a where I go to. I don't know.
Of course you could.
Yeah, no, wasn't the one in the Key West one, but there was it was over near Cape Canaveral, and there's a spot over there where you stand in front of it's just sort of weird because we're standing there trying to get a photo, and these people are like, what the heck are these people doing? We're trying to get a photo of our fish because
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's that giant weird shaped thing.
It's like some kind of structure, some kind of NASA structure or whatever.
Yeah, some NASA type structure. And so you can do both. So John said there was a where I go there. So you could do there you go.
Labs there too. So
yeah.
So
you can
in all things Earth Cache is saying, Gary, go make one there.
You'll make one, right?
And if all things Earth Cache tells you, Gary, you got to do it. You got to do it.
You got to. There's got to be we could do that. But great fun. Lots of, I mean, that's the other thing too. We've all done earth caches and we're all like, yeah, that was great. But I tell you, Jesse, I think Florida has the best earth caches. Maybe Colorado.
We do have we have a couple people down here that had some pretty good ones. So, and I mean, obviously the region is a lot different from where you are, right? So it's going to be a whole different, for your style of what you're used to looking for, it's going to be a whole different style out here. So
yeah, it was good. A lot of work. Hats off to Dawn for doing a lot of the leg work on those. I did most of the driving, so it kind of worked out. But anyway, I guess you guys want to get into some goals for next year? Is that where we're headed?
Let's do it. That's what we're here about.
Let's do it, man.
Because this year is interesting. You know, we've got obviously the big thing for us is, of course, the big Scandinavian cruise. So
coming up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big thing coming up this June for the team. We have. Oh, Christy could probably give us perfect, but it's like 150 cachers going on the trip with us.
I think we're at 120. When it all shakes out, I think we're at 120.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
120. So 120 some odd right in there cachers going on this trip with us. And it's just going to be amazing. Trying to do a lot of planning for that. So, guys, it's going to be incredible to get the match stash. So, one of the things that I'm obviously major focused on is Jasmer. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on your goals for Jasmer for the year?
my goal is, if I can do it, because I've not done my first Jasmer yet, but to complete my first Jasmer. And I think that, trip that we're going to do, that Baltic Sea cruise in June and July, I mean, that's just going to be incredible. And I know for me, I'm hoping to squeeze down to Atlanta and Boston as well too. But it's like one of those things for me. I'm crunching my vacation time and trying to like fit in all my caching goals. I don't know if you guys do that, or if we should admit that to our significant others, that it's like we take a look at that and we kind of figure out what we can do in the year,
Yeah,
like first, am I the only one that does that?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I never do anything like that.
Yeah, you would never, I'm sure, ever do something like that.
I mean, what is work? I don't know what I'm doing. So,
oh man, Gary,
I'm ready to go.
We don't want to hear about retired casher.
But if I assume you're talking about coming down and doing Lake Lanier and
yeah.
Oh man, having time with Captain John, that's incredible, man.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping, because I'm crunching my vacation time for that Baltic Sea cruise.
Yeah,
that's my big prize, my big trip of the year. And if I can do that, I certainly want to go to Atlanta.
Yep.
Do like Iron Horse, Stone Mountain, Lake Lanier.
Yeah.
See if I can then do the Modoc stash, include that on a trip as well too, onto that one.
Yep.
So crossing my fingers, but it's going to be a target of opportunity that probably, if I can swing it, I'll probably aim to do it maybe in like March time is what I'm thinking, because with my like Iceman, like northern like blood flowing through me, I think if I go down to Atlanta like during the summertime, I think my blood would boil or something,
Right. That is an incredible trip, though. You'll love going on that. Yeah, Captain John is amazing. So
for Jasmer, we've got to go to two more. Well, we got to make two trips. One is a driving trip, and one would have to be a flying trip for us to get everything we need to get the quad on the cruise. I really love to, but it's just going to be that because I've got to go out to Oregon. So I can't just jump in the car from Florida and drive to Oregon. So
no,
that's going to be hard. It's going to be if an opportunity presents itself, I'll obviously do it. But I mean, it's June. We're talking about June, right? Between now and then.
Yeah. Well, and the beauty of it is, like you said, is you can finish the quad, when you get back. The biggest thing was we really needed to get Stockholm, and that was the whole, premise behind
started all this. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And of course we came up with this amazing cruise that we're doing. And so, that is amazing. I did want to go back and point out before we go too far, Jesse, that you were close, buddy. You missed the top 10 creator list by one place.
That's crazy.
In 2025.
I had no idea that was even a list.
I know. I didn't know there was a list out there somewhere. So
I mean, there's a list for everything out there, right?
There is. But what a cool thing. So congrats, Jesse, on being in the top 11. So that's incredible.
Yeah, I did not know that I didn't know that. So that's cool.
So I guess we go around that. I mentioned Jasmer. What are some things you guys wanted to point out for highlights, or not highlights, but for goals that you guys have?
You want to hit it first, John, or I kind of have mine broken down like you do, I believe. Fines.
Maybe let's kind of like break it down by fines, because I know it's funny. I think like Jesse and I, we're kind of similar. It's like we have our finding goals, we have our hiding goals, and then we have some other goals on that one too.
Right.
I know for me, fines wise, and this is kind of like challenge oriented. And speaking of the 365 coin, up north, I mean, man, it's sometimes like it's a tricky one to get those calendar days like hides. And I will admit this, guys, I have all my calendar days filled in with using Adventure Labs. So one of my goals this year is to actually fill in those days where I only have Adventure Labs with other cache types on there. because I know like some checkers, even though it shows in your profile that you got 366 filled out, you click on that checker and it says, no, you don't, you know? So,
whole new thing to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, I'm like chunking those like out on that as well too. And you know, I mean, we had Nick, you know, on earlier, and I mean, there's so many like third-party tools that just make this game so much more incredible. And Project GC, one of the things when I click on that that I see that I never really kind of thought about like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But finds by hidden date. I think I'm down to like 5 finds by hidden date. And I don't know if you guys do this one or not, but it's just one of those things. It's there and it's staring me in the face.
Wow.
And I'm like, I gotta finish my finds by hidden date too.
Finds by hidden date. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's one on there. And that kind of ties into my goals for the year. Because of how I cache, I haven't found 20,000 caches or anything like a lot of people have, or 300,000 or whatever. But just because of the way we happen to have cached, we just like vary across the board with everything. Like there's no big one category. We have maxed out like all of those charts and maps on Project GC. We got like all the diamond badges and stuff like that. And that's really what drove our goals for this year. And it's not, there's no number goals or anything like that. Ours, well, there are, but our big thing is slowing down and doing quality over quantity, which we talk about a lot of times, right? But I'll explain what that means as we go through our goals or whatever. But it's finds by date. We were really struggling to find like what is our thing going to be this year. Yeah, and because we looked through most of those things, because we've had Project GC for since the beginning, like day 3. We've kind of filled out a lot of those things, and we're running out of the classic ones to fill out. So that's what kind of drove our quality over quantity this year. We don't have any most of our goals, when we wrote them down, we're like, well, that's, in former years it'd be like, well, that's February. But now we're really trying to slow down, and that's instead of trying to find 50,000 caches, we just kind of like John's talking about, we picked a very specific goal, and it's related to virtuals. We're going to try to get every single virtual in the state of Florida, which is a moving goal when they release more, but that's our next big Jasmer, our big, because it's going to take us a long time to do, and some of them are kayaking and all these other things, right? But we're going to try to get all of those. That's our new big whale, white whale or whatever. But because it's a moving goal, and we could say the old ones, or we could say by this date or whatever else, but that's what we're going to target. And it's only like 175 more or whatever, which you would say, well, that shouldn't take that long, but think about Jasmer and other things like that, and that can take a long time.
They're all spread out. They're not all in one place in Florida. So
even though our big goal now involves less than 200 caches, which for some people that's a Saturday, right? Like it's going to be one that's going to take us to really cool places, because we've looked through a bunch of them, and there's a bunch of really old good ones here, and even really good new ones, and just going to those little old towns and seeing all those things is going to be really I think that's going to be a fulfilling goal this year.
Yeah. And I mean, talk about that too, because it's like, and I can't remember the date that they're announcing the new virtual rewards. That doesn't seem like that's too far away. Is that like February? Yeah. February 3rd, virtual rewards.
February, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
3rd, that's coming up in like 1 month. So interesting. Yeah. What about again, I love the idea of the virtuals. I was surprised to know how many webcams were still surviving in Florida. I mean, do you have most of the
4, right? Is it 4?
Is it more than that? There's got to be more than that.
Maybe Panhandle too. I didn't think about that. I found them years ago, so I don't remember now.
Oh, so you're those are off your list. Okay.
Yeah, they're all. Well, as soon as I found them, those things are gone. They don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, they were gone. That's very cool, though. All right.
What do you have a find goal other than Jasmer?
For me personally, I don't have really a find goal. I've got some other things that I want to bounce off you guys and see what you think, what your thoughts are. Couple things I want to do. One, of course, is I'm sitting at 24 cache odysseys. I don't know what you guys are sitting at, but I'd like to get. To get a bunch of more states is really, big. I mean, I think the Cache Odysseys that I'm going to be able to get are kind of related to the Jasmers in a sense, but I want to try to coordinate that a little bit. So, for example, want to go up and see John and
Yep.
get because I need to get I'm drawing a blank. What's the cache up your way?
Oh, the older year 2000, the one I hiked with you.
Yeah, we got the Spot, Eternal Flame
Spot.
Falls. We got
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking
Pennsylvania's oldest, not too far away either.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Spot was the one that came to was the one I couldn't think of, but that's a big one for me for Jasmine. But while I'm there, I want to get Cache Odyssey in New York. So it's kind of I don't know if you guys want to, because so there's these kind of things that are maybe trying to tie them together a little bit, but also there's some others that I want to do that are just sort of falling off the list, and that I want to put them back on the list for this year. Cache Odyssey, Oklahoma. I can't wait for that one. It's not that far, so I mean, I can definitely do that one. There are some that are sort of like that. I've done all the counties in Oklahoma, but I'm kind of, since Woodstock's in Kansas this year, I'm kind of thinking about all the counties in Kansas would be fun to do, because I could sort of maybe coordinate some of that together in May with Woodstock, and then kind of get that in there as well. So just some other thoughts, and I've got
those are good goals.
Ironically, I've got a lot of Florida counties now, so I can almost make one more trip back your way, Jesse, and wrap up Florida would be fun. But
come on down.
It's one of those things where I really enjoy county caching. I think it's one of those things where, and y'all have probably done this as well, where they kind of come off your radar temporarily, and you sort of get focused on something else. But it's Tony's New England trip. Definitely want to make a trip up that way. So there's 105 Kansas counties. I'd have to go back and look and see how many I've got, but some of these goals I think are kind of fun to come back to.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
It's totally okay to set one aside too and come back to it later.
Yeah.
Like counties for us is not on our radar this year.
Right.
Not that we dislike counties. We liked getting counties for a little while, and then we would go, and we found ourselves, because you're trying to be the most efficient you can, right? When you're getting counties, like it doesn't matter what you get, but we kept getting such crappy caches because it'd be the one in that county that was anywhere close to anything.
Yeah.
We got turned off for a while, and we haven't gone back to it since. We're just like, I don't want to do interstate pull off, pill bottle, wet log, get back on. There'll be a time again where I want to go back to counties. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
But we are totally burnt from it right now, and it's just like you said, set it aside, bring it back later.
Yeah. That's perfect. That's exactly the best way to approach that.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, Gary, for all the amazing caching you've been doing since you've retired, my friend, it's been like incredible. Like I keep on going back, and I don't know if it's like I should call it my Gary incentive retirement plan, but like I keep on checking my retirement plan a lot more often.
Right.
Because I'm like, man, I wish I was Gary, like traveling like, from Texas to like Florida and then like up to Colorado. It's like, man, you are an inspiration, my friend.
Well, all the way, thank you. Well, all the way up through Minnesota and into International Falls and crossed into Canada. I mean, when you retire, and not everybody has the opportunity, but I mean, a lot of people say, well, if you're going to, once you retire, what's the old saying? It's like, when you're not retired, you have money, but you don't have the time. And then when you retire, you have the time, but you don't have the money. But you just got to try to coordinate both of those together as best you can. Because, when you are retired, that's the time that you have to go and do some of these things. And so it has been great. I did 11, and this is no big deal to most people, but for me, 1,100, I did 1,100 caches last year. Guys, I think my best year before that was like 500. and so 1,100 was my biggest. Yeah, Karen, she's like, retirement's great. It is great. Did you guys have banner years, do you think, or did it matter, or?
Yeah, I'm going to say, Gary, with that adventure lab we did
Yes.
in Morgantown, West Virginia, in other adventure labs, this has been a record year for me, no question.
Yes.
And I don't know. I mean, part of me wants to call it, is it an adventure labflation, but numbers are numbers, my friend,
That's right. That's right.
So I have to accept that.
It is funny though, looking at if you look at your days, you're like, and then just John and I have 600. Like, whoa, my God. It's like, your days are kind of normal. And then all of a sudden you got this weird number in the middle of it. It's like, yeah, we did 600 caches in one day. It's like, yeah, but it was great.
Yeah. It was like a middle of the road year for us. We got about, I just looked it up, 1341. So that's about middle of the road. We've done a lot more and we've done a lot less in years. So,
right.
But we weren't really focused on hitting any certain milestone or whatever this year. So there was nothing big coming up. But still, I always think it's neat when you look at it, the average cache per day.
Oh, right.
That's always neat because you're like, that's a lot of caching.
Oh man. So what was yours?
3.674.
Oh, caches per.
Yeah, that's
mine.
Caches per day.
Mine was 3.2. So
mine was 4.4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I ended up with 1606 for the year. Yeah.
Whoa.
I know.
Yeah, sure.
I would have thought you guys would have left me in the dust. Just saying.
No, 1606. Way to go, man. That's a big year.
Thanks.
That's a good year. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of good comments. I'm watching the chat room. Thank you, chat room, for all of your comments. It's been fun to see all those. So,
wow,
12.9 for us. Good.
That's wow.
Man, that is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and you got people like Dawn who's like, I haven't finished logging 2025. Will she ever finish logging 2025? That's the question that somebody asks, is that will she ever finish logging 2025? I don't know. She
wow. Hey, look at Karen Peters. And Karen Peters, I gotta say, when I did Vermont 1, Karen did it before me, and seeing her caching this year, man, incredible.
Well, Phil hit 14.1. Good job, buddy.
Wow, go Phil.
I have never done, let's see, the highest I've ever gone is 5.5. I can't imagine 14 per day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People had some great years. I got to see Brad and Jen, and they talk about their banner year was last year with hundreds of labs, tons of quality. There've been a lot of good stuff this past year. We didn't even talk. Well, I briefly mentioned about Gigastock. I know Jesse doesn't understand that they're.
I don't believe in that. Yeah,
he doesn't see that at all. But
it happened. It happened. It did.
Well, it was a great year.
Yeah.
Incredible things like that. And looking back on that, it's like, getting to spend time with John and Jody, and just such a fun time. We had there. And I know, Jesse, you'll be back someday to the Giga World, but
back implies that he's been there, Gary.
Yeah, and that's assuming it's real. I've never seen one, so I don't know that it's real yet.
Yeah.
Maybe one day if they have one somewhere that's not on graduation day.
Yeah, I hate they do that. I wish they go back to 14er. Like 14er was in July. It was perfect.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jesse, when does your next graduate from college?
He's done, aren't you? No,
I still got some in college. Well, one of mine's done, but I still got one that's maybe 2 years left.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Molly's pretty close. Yeah.
So same problem. The next maybe will be 2 years from now.
Now, see, college graduations are earlier, so I may be okay then.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how we'll know when there's another Giga, when my little one's going to graduate. That'll be.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Congrats on your your kiddos going finish law school, right?
Yeah, it's finished law school.
That
Wow,
is
that's
awesome.
The little 10-year-old casher from way back in the day, you know.
I know, it's incredible. Yeah, it's amazing how time flies. So what are some other things that you guys come to mind as we kind of get to the end of the show here in a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know about Justin, but I want to talk about hiding for a second.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
it's kinda
hiding's
like,
a good thing that's an excellent one.
to me, it's like I get so much joy out of finding and hiding, caches, that it's like when I was thinking about like this year coming up, or this year now, 2026, I was like, there's so many things that I was like, okay, this gets me excited. And just some I'll just kind of like hit is hiding another earth cache. I hid, and I can't remember how many earth caches last year. Not as many as Jesse, not double digits, but probably at least a good 5 or so,
Right.
and definitely I want to hide some more, because we did that show. I mean, don't be afraid, earth caches aren't hard. I had my last earth cache published in 20 minutes, I think, which was just record.
Which is incredible.
Right.
So I want to get some out, and I have a few locations selected, but I'm like, I got to wait until there's good weather, because I know if I put one out there in bad weather, in some of these locations, people are going to be really tempted to get that FTF, especially now since they're going to have Cachely up and it's going to show FTF there,
Yes.
But onto that one, I'm like, I got to wait until it's good weather. So I'm planning on getting some more out on that one. But just looking at some other types too, letterbox hybrids. My only letterbox hybrid is actually Cache Odyssey New York, and I definitely want to get out some more letterbox hybrids.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely the Cache Odyssey letterbox. Definitely got me kind of like opened up doors for me on that one. So I want to definitely get some more out on that one.
Yep.
I meant to hide a challenge cache last year for the Western New York County Challenge.
Right.
So I'm going to get that out still. I definitely want to get out a challenge cache. But just thinking, what are kind of types of hides that I think would be good for the community. So, I mean, this one pains me to say, Jesse, but I'm thinking I'm going to hide another Where I Go.
No. Just do a good one.
Yeah, I've only hidden one, but I'm like, I think I got to hide another one, my friend, to get out there.
Get you another reverse one out there.
I thought about setting that as a goal for next year, but I want to hide some more earth caches because I'm still learning about those, and that's part of the travel. When we travel, that's what I want to hide. So we're going to a few places this year, and I want to try to scout locations for that. But as far as I still haven't decided. I hadn't committed to it yet, so I'll think about it. But hiding one of every type this year, just kind of doing that round again.
That's always a great.
But I don't want to do it where it's like I'm just putting one out. I want to make sure, and the whole goal for us this year is quality over quantity in all of our goals. So I only want to do it if I can do high quality hides with every single one. I don't want to just throw one out, because you could just do that on the weekend. It'd be stupid.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I really want to work on like one high quality hide every type if I can justify it for the cache type or whatever. But that's our hiding goals are not much other than, well, I mean, labs. We're gonna put out labs this year, of course, because you get those every once in a while. Sure. But we don't have like hide 5,000 this year or anything. I could accomplish mine pretty early if I could come up with really good quality hides for them.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I'm thinking about doing more of is I recently did and this is a sort of a type of hide. So I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I was very excited to put a hide like a way up in a tree hide.
Yeah.
And it's the kind that you can't climb. You have to have some sort of tot. Most people use if you have one of those disc golf retrievers, they have the little hooks on them, and you can really expand them out to like really, really far out, and you can put them up in trees. I think that's kind of fun, something different, something unique that you, because I think it's kind of fun. At first, I didn't think it was very fun, but now I think it's fun. But when you walk up and you're like, why is this cache like got this weird terrain rating, and you go walk up and you're like, oh,
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is.
it's like 12 feet in the air and there's no way to get to it. So how do I get this thing down, to sign it? And so there's certain kinds of hides that kind of get me jazzed of late, and that's one of them that Tom, I hate those hides. Because I'm not a tree climber. I'm trying to get in better shape to do more tree climbs, but I don't know. I kind of want to try to do some more unique hides than the typical bison in a tree type. Not this bison, but you get the idea.
Yep.
Do you guys have any thoughts about doing some crazy type hides this year, just for the fun and yucks of one? Or
and I think I like what you're saying, Gary, because it's like, what unique things can we bring to our local community onto that one? So I mean, if it's like a type of hide, if it's a unique DT, so I know. And I put out, and I think I talked about it like weeks ago. It was my first attempt at geocaching. That's a hide I put out there with a really hard puzzle. And actually, there's only been 2 people that have found it. So people that went co-FTF on it.
Right.
And I'm thinking, I want to put out another hard puzzle. I think that gave me the itch on that one. Something with another unique DT, something that's like different for this area. And I know like everybody's always torn, right? Because it's like sometimes you want to have that cache that's good for new finders.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, you need those caches that are good for like seasoned cachers that creates those like unique, memorable experiences.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I want to get one of those out for sure. Yeah.
Bell on the Move wants to put out.
Oh man, I love this
Google Voice. Those are cool. You don't see too many of those. It's like we've kind of seen also the ones where you like either phone numbers put out for something, or those kind of something that's different. Just
and I'll tell you, Belle, that's a cool one. I used to have one out there. I archived it. Unfortunately, it was a really cool one, but it was always funny, such a leap of faith moment where people are like, hey, is this a phone number? Do I call this? Am I going to call like an old lady or something?
Do I call this?
Yeah.
Like that. It was fun though, because you got some funny reactions.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. And then just telling people, well, there's only one way to find out if it's a phone number. You got to call, right?
Call it.
Yeah. The only weird twist I've got for hides this year, for physical hides, is going to be, I want to hide them all as larges, because I have not hidden that many larges. There's not that many larges. And I want to hide them all as larges this year. So we'll have to see if I can pull that off or not.
Yeah. As long as one of those hints on those is Florida style hide.
A large Florida style hide?
Yeah,
large Florida style hide.
You're going to need a really big tree for that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jesse can pull it off.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want in the hints, right? Like you don't need a hint, or there is no whatever they say that you hate those, Now, hides are not my big thing this year. I think my biggest thing this year is we're, kind of getting to the end of it is, I've said quality over quantity several times, but I'm saying that because it's legit. What we're doing is, and I want to really raise the quality online and physical of our caches that we have. I've gone back and learned things, whether it's Earth caches or some of the other ones, to make the pages more readable. There's a lot of tools out there now to make things a lot better, and they can evaluate your caches. So I've been going back through both existing and future hides, and but I've kind of let that, because we've kind of been slowing down recently, that also falls over to our logs. So one of our big things we want to do this year is write really quality logs. When you're in a power caching phase, it's really hard to do that, right? But as we're slowing down and going after certain ones, we've been kind of getting into writing a much more thought out log, and I've had many emails back and comments saying, hey, thank you for that. That made me happy that you put that kind of effort into a log. And right there, that's that hook, right? Like, when you hide a cache and you get a good log, how good that feels.
Oh my God.
Having somebody appreciate a log that you sent in, now we're like, okay, we're gonna take notes. We're gonna write these good logs, And for finding less caches, we have the ability to do that.
Right.
And I really want to get into that and a couple other behind the scenes things I'm doing. I'm helping a couple people with where it goes in earth cache and stuff behind the scenes that I'm not publicly involved in, but I want to make sure I'm extending that mentor opportunity I've done in the past for stuff like that. And people reach out, I want to make sure I'm able to work with them and stuff. And so I've got a few of those coming up. So to me, that it seems like it's the lowest goals I've ever set as far as like quantity of stuff, but the quality of the things that we're trying to put into what we're doing this year, I think is going to make it a lot more enjoyable for us.
Right. Another one that's, I don't know, I wouldn't say it odd, but see what you guys think about, which is, I think I want to try to do more events.
Yes.
Maybe not Jesse style where I'm doing one every morning.
So you mean host more events
for 365 days? What's that?
Are you saying host events or attend them?
Yeah. Host events. Try to host more.
Oh, cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so trying to get more of those done this year, and try to be more, I guess, accessible, and try to do them in different places, not always the same place, but try to do more caches around or events around to kind of interact maybe more with the community and to see more folks. And it was. It's always good to see as many of our patrons as possible. And so, getting out and doing events is kind of another opportunity to kind of, get back in with the people and, kind of see them and do more of those kind of things. So are you guys hoping to do a few more celebrating events? I don't think they're going to be. Phil's asking about.
I don't think there's any CCEs left. Well, they haven't mentioned it anyway, though.
Yeah, I think CCEs are over, but
no, I'm right on board with it. We're starting off, but again, we're not going to do a crap ton of events. We're going to try to pour some effort into doing a small set number of events. So once a month, we're going to try to do an event.
Right.
And we've hosted a ton of events over the years.
Oh yeah.
I want to put some effort into making these a staple in this area. It's not currently for our county, so I want to get that going because that would be the best thing we could do all year. In the past, we had that tight-knit group, and we haven't been able to just fit in down here. Not because they're bad cachers or anything like that down here. We just haven't had the opportunity to get out and meet as many people, and we want to change that because we need to know our caching community down here. It makes everything so much more fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I got to tell you, events is on mine too. Last year we did some events, especially when it was cold, so that people could get some smileys and fill in some calendar days. Yeah. And I'll probably still do like a few of those, but just thinking too on that one, it's doing some unique events. And I know one of the ones that I'd love to do, and I've never done it. I've never actually hosted a CETO, believe it or not. But I'd love to host a CETO that involves like some sort of element of like trail maintenance. I would love to do that. So it's when I keep on thinking of like every year, and I'm like, maybe this is going to be the year that I'm going to do that.
Yeah, that up your expertise, man.
Yeah,
I mean that's in your wheelhouse for sure.
Yeah, and I think it would be cool because I think to get people out and doing it. I know the one thing that if I were to do it, not to spill beans, but could I get like Adventure Labs like to one of the trail organizations where we could start putting those out at like trailheads? To help maybe provide like some educational value on outdoor experiences too. So yeah, definitely one thing I've thought about for a while. I'm like, who knows? Maybe this will be the year.
So this is the year that you're hosting your first 3 CETOs. Is that what you said?
Man, is that what I got volunteered for on that one? 3 CETOs.
But I heard, that's my connection may be bad. That's what I thought.
Okay.
I heard 3.
A little bit of selective hearing. I see. Yeah.
That's only one every 4 months. You can you work with the parks directly.
Yeah,
you can absolutely pull that off.
Yeah. True.
Well, hold on. He didn't agree to it yet. We got to hold him to this. Okay. You just let him totally divert you. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Man.
So, are you saying that you're going to get 3 this year? Is that host
that
3
sounds
this
like
year?
It would be amazing to do that.
It'd be something.
So, yes, that's what you agreed to.
What that sounds
I'm
great.
trying to pin you in. It's on video. Everybody's seeing it. So.
Oh man,
Trying to pin you in.
Is this like your daughter like graduates from law school and then like
That's right. I have nothing else to do but pick on people.
That's right. Yeah, no, that sounds awesome, man. I would love to do that. You know, I really would.
One thing too, and you don't have to do it the same way I'm going to tell you about, but one of the great events last year was having our friend All Things Earthcache we had an event where he got to teach some Earthcache to folks, and so that was great fun. So thankful for that. And I think meet and greets are great. I'm a social butterfly, so I love a meet and greet. But I think that it's also something that we want to try to encourage people to do is to think outside the meet and greet box and start thinking about doing other things. I mean, obviously CETOs are huge. They're a huge benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Did one, fairly recently where just side of the road. It wasn't, it was just a down a side of the road. And we cleaned it up. I mean, it's amazing how much how much junk is out in some of these roads, and you're like, oh my God, just a chance to help clean things up. So I mean, there's other things you can do for events, and we'll probably have to do a show again on this, but
we can do a whole show on that for sure, right?
Yeah, we got to.
But yeah, people should consider workshop events, and we'll get into a full show later. But like what you're just talking about, like the Earthcache, or Where I Go, or HTML, or gadget caches, you can do an event for any of those things, and you don't have to be the expert. So when you're setting your goals, think about that. And we'll do a full show later, but think about putting those in your goals this year.
Yeah, I love that idea. All right. Well, I think we can do some final thoughts, unless you guys had something else before we jump into final thoughts. And then, John, I'll let you do the upcoming show here in a minute, but I'll go ahead and start. So final thoughts for me, 2025 was an amazing year. So many things about it. It was just an incredible year for me. So looking forward to 2026. A lot of planning, obviously, for our upcoming trip in June. We want to try to make that so memorable for everyone that's on the cruise. Make some goals. That's my encouragement to everyone. And you don't have to steal ours. I mean, if you want to steal ours, you can.
Yeah,
but come up with stuff that you really kind of get your blood boiling. Something that we talked about before, and Jesse even made a good comment was, if county caching isn't like rocking your boat right now, that's okay. Just leave it for some other time and work on something that, if you're fired up for challenges, get out there and do some challenge caching. I mean, there's certain things that are out there. Well, certain things. There's a lot of good things out there that you could sort of get, Cache Odyssey, go find as many Cache Odysseys as you can. That's a cool thing. I mean, there's so many great Cache Odyssey caches out there. So, take some time, think about this, and, sky's the limit on some of these goals. So, I'm really looking forward to a great year, doing some of these things. So how about you guys?
I'll go because John's going to finish out with the other show too. But the kind of off of what you're saying, like Christy and I had this conversation the other day, and we have this conversation every once in a while, and we've talked about this on air too, like finding that new, fresh thing. So we literally had a conversation. What's something new we can do? And we kind of went through a lot of things like, this is interesting. We like this for a while, but we had done a lot of those things. We want to recycle, not just recycle an old goal. We weren't really ready for any of those. So that's where we kind of got into we're going to see how much quality we can put into every aspect of our geocaching game, hiding, finding, logs, everything like that, and just see how that deepens for us, and we can improve everything. And that's a different type of goal we've ever done. And I think that's what we knew it clicked. And and I would say to everybody else too, whether you're brand new or you've been caching for a long time,
Right.
this is a good time as any, right? You can do it anytime, June, whenever, but January 1 makes sense, right? Like, what can I do that I haven't been into before? What can I learn about geocaching, or what can I get into that hasn't been my thing in the past?
Right.
And let's see if I like it. Like, people maybe have never hunted counties before, and let me give that a try, see if I like it. You either find out you do or don't, right? But you may find the next huge thing that you're going to be into that drives you to stay in the game for the next year or whatever, because you tried something different. And not to draw that out, but like a perfect example for me, which has been many things, but benchmarks. There was that one stupid challenge to do benchmarks, which really are not even geocaches. And I went out and got them for that. But in the process of doing that, I got into where I really liked those. And they didn't count for huge goals or anything. They can't even put them in challenges now. But it was a weird facet of the game that I got into. And I was totally fascinated with it when I got into it, because these things were listed and had literally never been checked in on since like before I was born. Right. So, and, finding these things, a lot of them were just gone, or, they're a Kroger now or whatever else. So there's something, but it was an aspect of the game nobody was really talking about. I never thought about it before, but just something weird got us into it. And we were fascinated with it for months and months until we decided that we want to do something else. And this is that time, if you want to challenge yourself, it doesn't have, it may be, you may want to find 20,000 caches this year. Sweet. That's awesome. Go for it. You may want to try something brand new that you've never tried before, a challenge or whatever else. This is a cool time as any to do that. And you never know how fascinated you're going to be. Caching is always fun, but you got to, every once in a while. So I think that's going to be, I think this is a good time to try that. Whatever yours is, copying us is no good, but whatever you've got in store, I think this is a perfect time to try something fun like that.
I love it.
Yeah. And I think, just to jump in, and I agree with both you guys. It's like, there's just so much geocaching, so many ways to play the game. And I always appreciate the sense of challenging yourself to do something new in geocaching,
Right.
Because there's just so many different ways to play the game. So, I think for all of us, we got some pretty crazy fun goals for sure. And I think for people, think about, what fascinates you, what you want to do. Jesse challenged me to host 3 CETOs, and I will accept that challenge on that one.
There we go.
I know I was dancing around that, but I am accepting that right now. And sometimes it takes, people to kind of push you a little bit out of your comfort zone for that kind of fun too. So I appreciate Jesse on that one, but a bunch of comments on here too that, I think people put on here too is, Pie Day is coming in March. Does that mean a pizza pie day event? I think that would be awesome, Phil, on that one, So, it's just like there's so many different ways to play this game. And I'm just so excited because to do things differently. And I love some of the comments in here because I know there was a few in the chat room about the finding side and then the hiding side, and people being like, I love the hiding side. I started out in the finding side and now I want to become more of a hider. I love that. To me, that is so cool.
Yeah.
But let me talk a little bit about, and actually, Gary, one thing we should talk about before I talk about Puzzle Talk on here is we got an email from an audio listener. And it was funny because I think on one of our last shows, I gave a shout out to our audio listeners from Wales, the country of Wales.
Yes.
And, I thought that was so cool because when we take a look at the data, we have listeners from all over the world. And I know we actually had somebody joining us from Cuba today too. So a big shout out to them on that one. That was really awesome to see. But I know we had Daniela Cabriolini, who reached out to us, and she said, on the December 15th Geocache Talk, you guys gave a shout out to your listeners from Wales. And she reached out and she said hi. And she said, actually, if we ever decide to visit Wales, to let her know. And she's sure they'd give us a good welcome in the hillsides there. And to me, that was so cool hearing from Daniela from Wales on that one. That, we love hearing from people from other countries. So, feel free to email us at geocachetalk@gmail.com and say hi and let us know your experiences too, because it's just so cool to have that larger community.
That's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just want to give a big shout out too, and I'm going to pull it up the graphic. On Tuesday, Charles and Tom, I have the first puzzle talk of the year, and they're doing car puzzles. So this one is at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So tune into Puzzle Talk. It's always the first Tuesday of the month. And they're going to have some really fun, interesting car puzzles on that one. It's a show you don't want to miss, guys.
Absolutely.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
we don't mention this enough. We need to do this real quick, which is for emails. One thing is, again, geocache talk at gmail.com. If you want to send us some information for puzzles, that's puzzle talk at gmail. We just talked about them. So there you go. There's a couple quick items on that. So, back to you, John.
Yeah. So, guys, a lot of good programming coming up, and oh man, Gary, we should. I see that graphic, and we got some good news today too from the Podcast of Hope on here. That let me pull this up, guys, because Podcast of Hope was just amazing. Oh, and shout out to Darren Manix461 for tuning in from Australia today.
Nice.
Yep, thank you. The future, I think the future is looking good. If he's on now, I think tomorrow's a good day.
Yeah,
because he's in the future. He lives in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Caching from the future. I love this, but yeah, I mean, and just to say this too for our audio listeners, our initial goal for the Podcast of Hope 2025 was $15,000, and with the geocaching community to come together to help out St. Jude, we actually have raised so far $16,435.03.
Wow!
So how awesome is that?
Yeah, that was incredible. It was a great our 10th Podcast of Hope, and it was banging. It was really good. I mean, so many great guests and so many giveaways. I think we're still trying to keep up with, or trying to get all of them out. I know that some of the folks were like Space Coast and all of our great vendors are working hard to get all the great giveaways sent out. So just a shout out to all of them, and it is a tremendous team effort that we were able to raise the money for St. Jude, and it was a tremendous team effort to get get that money raised for that. It was a tremendous evening.
It was fun.
Yep. Well, I think we're done. We've got Puzzle Talk coming up. Next week, we are going to dive into Cashmore. Cashmore is a new mega. Well, it's not mega yet. It will be mega soon, I think. But it's very unique. I don't know if you guys read about what they're doing with and what Troop Biz is doing with Cashmore back in Morgantown, but there are some incredible things that they're putting together. Fascinating, and we're going to talk about that next week. So looking forward to that. And Land Run 2026. Yep, August 1st. Yep. So a lot of good megas coming up. So looking forward to that. And there are just some great stuff coming up. So all right. Well, that's it. We'll see you guys, and real quick, the coin, we only have 32 left, so they're going quick. So they're selling like hotcakes, and they are a wonderful coin. It's a great thing to have. Again, I've never seen another 365 coin that looks this incredible, and just an amazing coin. It has all the cool stuff in the back. It's really cool, and it's stained glass, so that's awesome. You'll love it. And there you go. It's in the store, in our Etsy store, Geocache Talk shop at .etsy.com. So if you want to go go get you a coin. They're still available. We have about 30 left, so we're down about 20 already. So they're going quick. So if you want to get one, might want to get one. So yep, Cashmore. There you go. Perfect. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you. We'll see you Puzzle Talk.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
May your finds be many and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comments at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.